thank you for coming out this evening. Appreciate it. I am Sebastian Boswell III, and to clear up any misconceptions right away, I am not a magician. Magicians fool you. Magicians take delight in tricking you. Magicians do unspeakable things to hats and molest rabbits. Blame the magicians. Harry Houdini was a magician. Harry Houdini was also a neurotic little man with an unhealthy obsession with his mother, which is why he chose to make a career bursting out of things. Yes, Freud's dog could have figured that. I have no such unhealthy obsessions, quite the opposite. Instead, I have trained myself, I have spent my life traveling the world, training my mind and my body to push the limits of human perfection. So keep this in mind as you watch my demonstrations this evening. Everything I do, you could do. If, like me, you had spent your life in the singular pursuit of human perfection, instead of having spent your life doing what you're doing. Which I'm sure is fulfilling in its own way. I was not always thus motivated. Years ago, when I was a youth, my father put me out of the house. I shall spare you the details of the incident, but damn his black heart. I had to make my way in the world. One evening, when it was cold, I went into a bookstore. An old bookstore, used bookstore. It was musty, had an odd smell. Smelled like the inside flap of my grandfather's neck. Yes, unpleasant, as you can imagine. I was walking the aisles when this book fell from an upper shelf, nearly striking me upon the head. I took it as an omen, as you would. This is the book that set me on the road of pursuing human perfection. Thought transference. Subtitled, The Radioactivity of the Human Mind, based on the newly discovered laws, mind you, of radio communication between brain and brain, written by the great Edmund Shaftesbury. This book was written at the time, in the 20s, when they had the first physical manifestation of being able to pull invisible waves out of the air and transform them into something else, radios. You had a box on your table, and it pulled waves out of the air, and those waves became music, talk, sports. Years go by, then we have boxes, and we're pulling images out of the air, televisions. Now we have iPhones. And just imagine the bazillion things floating through the air at this very moment, waiting to be plucked from the ether and be downloaded in the palm of your hand, where with just a touch of a button you can grab, here, video of a kitty flushing a toilet. Now, I am not saying the content is the zenith of human achievement, but the technology is remarkable. And yet, let me put this to you. Is not your mind greater than any iPhone? The answer is yes. It's rhetorical. I shall prove it this evening. I shall begin by warming up my mind. What is your name?
Cat.
Kat, would you please mix those up? And what is your name?
Eric.
Eric, would you please mix those up? Kat, when you are done, please hand them to Eric. And what is your name?
Catherine.
Catherine, would you please mix those up? And what is your name, sir? John. John, would you please mix those up? And Catherine, when you are done, please send them to John. And then Kat, when you're done, Eric, are you all done? You can continue mix them up. You can mix them up as much as you like. Then mix them up a bit more.
This one's one more. There we go.
All right. Good? Excellent. Please join me on stage. Actually, would you mind joining me on stage? You don't want to. Would you mind joining me on stage? Excellent. And it is Eric and Catherine. Excellent. So take a step over there, Catherine. Excellent. Here's what's going to happen. To warm up my mind, I'm going to memorize this deck of cards. And I'm going to do it in 20 seconds or less. So I need someone who has some sort of device who can count down 20 seconds, a watch or an iPhone or something. You do, sir, yes? You have something? Excellent. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to point to you. When I point to you, you must start counting down 20 seconds. When you get to 20 seconds, stop me, no matter where I am. Is that clear?
Correct.
Excellent. All right. I will request a little bit of silence. I am going to be memorizing a lot of cards. Go.
One.
No. It's all just
Down.
You don't count out loud.
Oh. Okay.
That would be distracting. I mean, I think we could all do one Mississippi. That's not what I mean. So you can look at your watch and count. Yep, all right. I take full responsibility for that. All right. Go. Stop! Time!
You had 5 more seconds.
So 15 seconds!
Correct.
There you are, 5 to spare. Yeah. I know. Catherine, here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to go through your packets and pull out all the clubs. Hold the clubs in your hand in a fan. You can put the rest of the cards down here at the corner of the table. So you'll be standing there holding all the clubs that are in your packet. Is that understood? Mm-hmm. Catherine, do you understand? You pull out all the clubs, hold them in your hand, and put the rest down here. Okay. All right. While they are doing that, I will explain how I was able to do this in less than 15 seconds. Because I only memorized half the deck. The deck that Eric is holding. I saw every one of his cards. I know what he holds. Therefore, by process of elimination, any card that I did not see is over here with Catherine. It's binary, it works that way. You have all your clubs. And you have all your clubs. Excellent. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to point to each of you. I'm going to name a card that I believe is in your hand. If it is, I want you to take that card and with abandon just fling it! Excellent. In fact, I did see the Ace of Clubs. You have that one, Eric. Throw it to the ground. Well done. I did not see the 2. I didn't see the 3. So I believe you have those, Catherine. Throw those to the ground. Excellent. Over here you have the 4. And I know I saw the 6. I'm almost certain I have the 5. So I think you have those. Over here is the 7. You have the 7. You have the 8. You have the 9. I believe you have the Jack, the Queen, the 10, the Jack, and the Queen, and you have the King.
Nice.
Take your packets, pull out all the diamonds. Now, the way I was able to do this is I have memorized a system where I've memorized 52 distinct images. Each of those 52 images correspond to a card on the deck. So when I see that card, I take the image and I destroy the image in some sort of comical Warner Brothers comic type way. So for instance, the Ace of Clubs, which I saw first, that happens to be a cat. So when I saw the cat, I envisioned it being flushed down a toilet. Well, it was only a cartoon cat. It's fine, it survived. But you have to do it in a vivid way. All the diamonds, Eric? Mm-hmm. All the diamonds, Cat. Excellent, here we go. Saw it. All right. I did not see the ace and the 2. I believe you have those, Catherine, to the ground. I did see the 3, I did see the 5, and I did see the 4. Over here, I think it's the 6, 7, 8. You have the 9, the 10. You have the jack, you have the queen, you have the king.
Did you say I have the jack?
You have the jack? You have the jack. Yeah, you have the jack, you have the queen, you have the king. Let's keep going. Now, this, as I stated, is something you could do, and quite easily as well. If you were to get one of the systems that you find on the YouTube machine, and you just sat in front of the television, and during the commercials, you memorized 2 cards during the commercials, in a month, just by sitting in front of the TV, you could be memorizing a deck of cards. And think how interesting you'd be. All the hearts? All the hearts? Excellent. We're going to do this a bit faster. You have the ace, you have the 2, you have the 3, throw them to the ground. Eric, over here's the 4. You have the 4. You have the 5. 6. No, you have the 7. And the 8. And the 9. You have the 10. Jack and queen, you have the king. There we go. All right, let's burn through these. The first spade image I saw was a sail. That was the 5 of spades. Don't throw it to the ground yet, but that means since that was the first spade I saw, you have the ace, the 2, the 3, and the 4, Catherine, through the ground. So throw that 5 of spades to the ground there. You have the 6. You have the 7. I saw the 8, I saw the 9, I saw the 10. You have the jack, and you have the queen, the king, and the joker. There we go. Sorry, that was my outside voice. All right, let's do something else. Would you join me on stage?
Absolutely.
I'm so enthusiastic. Okay, right over there, stage left. And what is your name?
My name's Allie.
Allie, I'm Sebastian. Nice to meet you. Allie, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you an opportunity to name any card in the deck, all right? Keeping in mind that the ace of spades and the queen of hearts are the most commonly chosen cards. You're free to choose those, but I want to point that out to you so you don't think I am doing some sort of psychological force, all right? You are able to pick any card that you like, all right? I'm going to snap my fingers, and I want you to name any card in the deck. Here we go.
7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds. Excellent. Now, I'm going to give you one more opportunity. Actually, I'm going to give you 3, so this is your second opportunity. You can name the 7 of diamonds or any other card in the deck. It is, again, entirely up to you.
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. There we are. Now, this will be your final choice. This will be the card you must stop on. This will be your final selection. So you can keep the 7 of diamonds, you can keep the Jack of clubs, or any other card in the deck, but the choice is entirely yours, all right? But this will be your final choice, understood?
Yes.
Here we go.
9 of spades.
9 of spades. Was there any particular reason that you chose the 9 of spades?
I was just thinking about numbers.
Thinking about numbers?
Yeah.
That would seem to be interesting. Excellent. In my ice bucket there is a red Chinese purse. Would you please remove it? Yes, and pull it out. Excellent. You could just put the purse down there. Go back over there and stand there. So here's what I'd like you to do. Take the rubber band off. I'm going to assume you're right-handed.
I am.
Excellent. Hold the cards face down in your left hand. Here's what I'm going to have you do, Allie. In just a moment, I am going to go over here. I'm going to give you full focus of the stage. The audience will be focused on you. I want you to turn over the cards one at a time, counting out loud. Now you can count out loud. If you wish to count along, feel free. Until you get to the 9 of spades. When you get to the 9 of spades, stop. That is important, because you must remember the number that the 9 of spades fell on. Have I been clear?
I count out loud.
You count out, you will go, here on the book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in a nice little pile there, counting out loud until you reach the 9 of spades.
And then I will stop.
And then you will stop on the 9 of spades.
Okay.
Excellent. Joshua, could we have the house lights to give Allie maximum focus? I'm going to stand over here.
Okay.
Ready, go.
1,
He's not catching a bus.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did I skip 15? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Did I see 2 9 of clubs?
51.
51. Okay.
51. And how many cards are in a deck?
I don't think I saw the 9 of spades.
Well, right. Exactly. Let me explain. Here's what happened. Earlier this afternoon, I was meditating upon the show, as I always do. And I was in my meditation chamber, on my pillows, surrounded by my silks, when suddenly I had a vision. A vision of you! Coming from the audience. Your lovely tattoo, your lovely adornment. Choosing your cards, changing your mind 3 times, finally settling on the 9 of spades. Well, this vision was so vivid that I knew I had to honor it. So rising from my pillows and reaching through a cloud of incense and hashish, I grabbed the and I altered it. Now let us go over what transpired. You had a choice of naming any card in the deck. You were given 3 opportunities to do it, and you changed your mind 3 times, settling finally on the 9 of spades. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
Right. You had a free choice. You reached into the bucket and pulled out the cards. Correct.
That I did.
You have been handling the cards the whole time. While you were counting them, I was over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had no influence on you or the cards at all.
True.
Except earlier today, when I altered that deck. Now, Allie, in keeping with the not touching the cards, I want you to reach into the side jacket pocket, remove the single card that's been there since 4:30 this afternoon. The 9 of spades. All right. Before I introduce the next demonstration, I would like to say we've all, I'm sure, had the experience of shattering our father's kneecap with a fireplace shovel. Well, perhaps just me. Then never mind, I'll segue a different way. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a prediction. that involves this bean. I'm going to write something upon it. I have now written something upon the bean, and I shall put it in a place where the bean cannot be altered. They are. Sir, what is your name?
Jim,
Jim, would we just reach in there and pull out a few pieces of paper?
a few pieces.
Yes, please.
There you are.
Well, no, I want you to read them out. Read out what's on them.
All right, the first one is the number 791.
791.
Continue?
Yes.
On the second is the number 423.
423.
Oh, I got 3, lucky 3. On the third is the number 765.
765. The point being, there are a lot, hundreds. Would you be willing to assist? You?
Me?
Yes. Excellent. I just want you to reach in and pull out one. All right, just one. One piece of paper. Do you have one? Well, just one. All right, you have one?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, and what is your name?
Annette.
Annette, would you please read out what number you selected?
714.
714. Out of all of these, 714. That is the number I wrote upon the bean. I'm assuming you want proof. I shall now prove it. Years ago in vaudeville, there was a man, a singular man, with a unique skill. This skill allowed him to travel the world and make a fortune. This man was Haji Ali. And Haji Ali's singular skill is he was a regurgitator. He could take any number of objects from the audience, swallow them, and bring them up in any order called. For his finale, he would drink water, drink kerosene, upchuck the kerosene, ignite it in a blazing arc, setting a cardboard house on fire 10 feet across the stage, and then extinguish it with a torrent of water. Fantastic. And if you don't believe me, you can see this for yourself on the YouTube machine in a Laurel and Hardy short subject. But not just any Laurel and Hardy short subject. A Laurel and Hardy short subject made for the Mexican film market. So in this one fantastic image, you have this fat comedian speaking a sort of pidgin phonetic Spanish to introduce a man who vomits for a living. Not even Louis Buñuel and Salvador Dali, while they were creating their surrealist cinematic masterpiece, The Andalusian Dog, could have come up with so fantastic an image. I know, because I was in on the conversation when it happened. And then I shall illustrate that conversation with my surrealist sock puppets. This is Buñuel. And yes, of course, you've recognized already. That this is done. So they are in the cafe, chattering away. Salvador, yes. I think we should make a film, I agree. It should be a film of fantastic images. Oh, I agree, of course. Ah, what? I have an image of the clouds slicing across the moon like a razor across an eye. I like it. Ah, what? I have an image of a hand dripping with ants. I like it. Ah, what? I have an image of a fat comedian speaking pidgin Spanish and a man who vomits for a living. Well, now you're just being silly. And scene. And that's how the conversation went. Now, I am not going to claim that I am as great as Haji Ali, but I ain't no slouch either. It's Annette? Mm-hmm. Annette, can you make your way up here? I realize it's a little precarious. Might even be able to step over your chair. Oh, look at that. We've created an aisle. Well done, sir. All right, actually, stand there. Stand up. Hold this. Stand right here. Right now the bean is here. Check, you want to check them out?
No.
All right. She's trusting. Here we go. What was the number? 714. 714. Here we go. I apologize for the noises. But they are necessary. By the way, Annette, I want to assure you that the bean will come up dry. It is cat-like. It's taken a wrong turn. I now must proceed to plan B. This might not be so dry. Plan C.
But it still says 714.
714! Thank you so much. Well, that was unexpected. I will not be so presumptuous as to say, I now know what childbirth is like. But I do have a newfound respect for the process. Perhaps I should do something a little less physically taxing. All right. Would you be willing to assist? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your eating. Is that just a bowl of salt? You're eating a bowl of salt. What?
Pencil salt.
Pretzel salt.
Let him shame you.
I'm not shaming. I have never actually just seen someone indulge in a big bowl of salt. Aren't you thirsty? Were you eating them one at a time? Utensil? Picking out the good ones. Leaving her with the little ones that are not as good. Anyway, I didn't want to interrupt. Would you be willing to assist?
Sure.
Excellent. And what is your name, sir?
Ilan.
Elon. Excellent. Elon, here is what I would like you to do. I would like you to consider this piece of paper like the marquee of a movie theater, and I would like you to print the name of a friend on it. And this should be a friend that you have not seen in a number of years, but a friend who, and it could even be back from high school or college, wherever, but a friend that you have not spoken to in a while, but if you were to pick up the phone and talk to them, you could pick up the last conversation right from where it left off. It would be one of those sort of friends. Have I explained myself? Excellent, Elon. So just print the name and then fold it back up into quarters, okay? All right, excellent. And over here, would you be willing to assist? Yes, all right. And what is your name?
Lauren.
Lauren. Lauren, have you ever had a pet?
Yes.
Excellent. Did you name this pet?
Yeah.
It seems like an odd question, I agree. But I was doing this demonstration a few months ago, and I said, somebody, have you ever had a pet? They said, oh yes. And I said, excellent. I would like you to print the name of the pet. And they said, oh no, we never named it. And I said, really? And they said, oh yes, we got a dog. And we just never got around to naming it. So we just called it Dog. I said, well, that's rather passive-aggressive. And they said, oh no, it actually worked out fine because we never really got attached. And when the thing died, we went, oh, Dog died. Was it like Fluffy bit the dust? Oh. I know. But you actually made the emotional effort to name this animal. Excellent, Lauren. Lauren? Is it Lauren? So I want you to, again, print the name across this and fold it back into quarters, all right? There you are. All right. And Elon, are you done?
Yeah.
Excellent. Elon, would you just reach over, drop the paper, just drop the paper in the envelope? Excellent. And seal that up for me. You can hang on to the pencil for now. And Lauren, here's your paper. Drop it in the envelope. And I need one last person to assist me. Let me see. Would you be willing to assist? Excellent. And what is your name?
Glenn.
Glenn. You're having sport with me. That's all right.
With him.
Pardon me?
Having sport with him.
I see. All right. Glenn. Here's what I would like you to do. Same sort of thing, but we're going to do something different. I would like you to consider this piece of paper that you have. I want you to draw a simple picture, something that you would be able to duplicate later if I asked you to. All right? So a simple design.
On the paper inside?
Yes. Yes, on the paper inside. All right. And Elon, is yours all sealed up? Mm-hmm. Excellent, thank you. I shall take it. And Lauren, is yours all sealed up? Excellent. And Glenn. Seal it in the envelope. Seal it. Can't see through these. And now, sir, you look honest. Would you please just hold on to those? Oh, excellent. You can mix them up. All right, Alon, here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to focus on the name of this friend. All right? This was a male. So somebody you knew, I think in college. Focus on the name. Send me, in your mind, send me the letters. All right. Sir, your name was?
Jim.
Jim, would you hand me envelope number 1? That's Alon's envelope. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
what
yes,
is number 1?
yes,
Oh, there you are. 1.
Thank you. Now, there are 2 reasons why I had you write these down. Number 1, the act of writing down seals it in the brain stronger. It allows me to read it easier. Number 2, it's so you cannot change your mind and say that you wrote something down differently. You are committed, Alon. I am committed. Tell the audience for the first time, what was the name of your friend?
George.
George. George. All right. Lauren, please focus on the name of your animal. This was a cat, a dog. It's a little rough. Send me the letters. Oh, I'm not sure I got this one. Give me envelope number 2. I am committed, you are committed. What was the name of your animal?
Mac.
What?
Mac.
Mac?
Mac.
Mac. Oh, okay. And how would you spell that?
Amazing.
Well, I got close. I said I wasn't quite sure about that one that happens, especially after a bean has come out. Glenn. We're just going to get rid of your envelope. All right, you're a bit ahead of me, but all right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over there, just a moment, I'm going to go over here and face the wall. You will turn around and face that wall. I want you to duplicate what you drew before, all right? Just a moment, facing the wall. When you... I realize your beard has been a bit addled, but I will explain. Now, would I give you, not yet. You're going to turn around, you're going to face the wall. While you are drawing, you're going to send your image over to the iPhone of my brain. When you are done, cap the pen and then hold the image up to you. Let me know it is safe to turn around. Have I made myself clear?
You get it.
All right, I'm going to go over here, you go over there, and Glenn, start drawing. And while you're drawing, send it. All right, are you done?
Yes, you are good.
All right, cap the pen. Hold the image up to you. Is it safe to turn? All right,
You're good.
join me on stage. You are committed. I am committed. Now, let us turn around, show the audience what you drew and what I received. All right. Well, for those of you who have read the program, you will know that for me to have made these claims I've been making all evening, that I must be telling the truth, or lying, or I'm insane. And I assure you, I am not lying. Now, I have successfully demonstrated my remarkable mind. I am now going to demonstrate my remarkable body. I have spent the world traveling, pushing the limits of human possibility. I have been to South America, where I learned how to walk upon broken glass. I have been to China, where I learned how to eat fire. And of course, I have been to darkest India, where I was taken into the cult of the Jadoo Man, a strange, mystic, and often violent cult. But they know ancient secrets, and they were willing to teach me some of them, including how to stop my heart at will. But for you, good folks this evening, I am going to perform my most dangerous, my most potentially disfiguring, and therefore most entertaining feat. For you, I will attempt to hammer a 4-inch spike into my head. Yes! At this moment, you only have an inkling of how lucky you are to be in this room. Because in a few moments, you will thank whoever you bend your knee to, whether it is God, nature, or mere whim. But you will thank that the events of your life conspired to bring you to this room. You are about to have your life changed. And I need you to assist me. We want to...
Can't watch Game of Thrones.
Well, take comfort in the fact that that's make-believe and this is real. What is your name?
Cat.
Cat. This is a 4-inch nail. Now, you might think that I am some sort of charlatan, some sort of street corner card you are fooling me. Therefore, Cat, you have a very important job. Your job is to examine the nail and make sure it is solid steel. All right? You can try to bend it, you can bang it on the tray. Make sure there is no springs, rubber, that sort of thing. Make sure it is in fact solid steel. And tell the audience.
Solid.
There you go. I've also claimed the nail is 4 inches long. Again, do not believe me. Believe Cat. Cat, would you please measure the nail? I always have a woman measure. They tend to be precise about this. If I have a man measure, I am often hammering a 7-inch nail. Cat, how long is the nail?
4.
There. Okay, I shall take the ruler. That was part 1 of your job. Here's part 2. Hold the glass by the stem. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take this nail, I'm going to pound it into my head. It will be fantastic. It will be the most fantastic thing you have ever seen. But the nail does not remain in my head. It is not a permanent piercing. Therefore, I must remove the nail. And when I remove the nail, I shall not just fling it, because that would be exuberant but disgusting. So instead, I shall drop it in the glass that Kat is holding, where it'll make this delightful sound. When you hear this sound, that is your cue to burst into thunderous, spontaneous applause. Let us rehearse that part, since spontaneity is always better practice. Part 1, I shall hammer the nail on my head. Part 2, that is for you. You shall be amazed. Let's hear you be amazed. Well done. You all deserve waffles. Part 3, the nail comes out. Part 4, it drops in the glass. Everyone applauds wildly, especially for Kat. Kat, you strike me as a smart woman. So you probably have already figured out that before you hammer anything inappropriate into your face, you should sterilize it. Have you ever had anything inappropriate up your nose? I mean, you know, chocolate, like crayon, peanut, Lego.
More grown up.
Pardon me?
More grown up stuff.
Oh, all right. What we need?
We knew that.
Shark! Here we go. One nail, one hammer, one nose. One fantastic sight you are going to remember the rest of your lives. I dare say, years from now, when you are on your deathbeds, and all images of friends and family have faded into mere shadow, this image will still blaze like the sun. On Monday, when you go to work or school or wherever you go, and you commiserate with your friends, and you say, what did you do over the weekend? And they respond, oh, I went to the cinema, or I watched a sporting event, or I puttered around the house. You will be able to respond to the inquiry, oh yes? I witnessed a man hammer a spike into his head just to amuse me. And they will be envious of you. And rightly so. So be prepared to have your life changed. Everything leading up to this moment, this glorious image, and everything afterwards, which will bump along as a dull gray. This is fantastic, isn't it? I know what you're thinking. You are thinking, not so fast there, Sebastian. Don't stop, because that nail is quite obviously not all the way in. I realize that. I had to stop because I hit an obstruction right about here. I now must hammer through the blockage. This is where things might get kind of squirty. this morning, I knew you were not expecting to see this. And if you were, I applaud your imagination. Catherine, is that not fantastic? Of course it is. Yes. I shall now remove the nail. I just wish I could be you watching. How fantastic this is. By the way, Kat, and this applies to you as well, although Kat has the best seat in the house. I see that you, and many of you, will go on in your lives and see fantastic things. See the aurora borealis, perhaps the wonders of other lands, perhaps amazing creatures. And you will gaze upon all of these with wonder and awe. And yet, as you gaze, there will be a little touch of sadness. Because as you gaze upon it, you will say, that is magnificent. But it is not Sebastian. But do take comfort in the fact that you have witnessed something that very few people have. And so, just as you go through life, remember, I've set the awe bar pretty goddamn high. Oh, it's stuck. It's like there's a monkey fist in there. Cat! I have a word of warning. Because the nail was stuck, I am most certain there's going to be substance attached. Keep your composure. If it helps keep you calm, pretend whatever is attached is an oyster. Wait! You're going to applaud? You're going to applaud? No. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been amazed. I have been Sebastian Boswell III.